Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So if you are diving into the Android development, today video what we are trying to going to cover is something like a game changer. So right now we are talking about the layouts. So the foundation for every apps, the cool apps you are going to design. So think buttons, text and more all should be perfectly arranged, right? For this one you need to know about the layout. So let's try to see. In this tutorial, we will cover about the linear layout, relative layout, and a table layout using the Android Studio. We will skip the constraint layout for now, and I will explain you in the next video so that by the end you will know how to structure your app screens like a pro. Stick around and let's jump in it. If you are new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more Android apps like this, so that it will be a motivation for me so that I can continue the series. So first of all, let's try to understand what are the layouts. What is the layouts? So layout means nothing but it's a simple like a blueprint or interface you use to place Android components on your app screen. If we go here, yeah. So this is the layout you can able to see it. Okay. Components means think like a text view or a button. So whatever the buttons you are trying to see. So here I can place one button. So this is the button. So these are all something like you can say it as an Android components. So we use layouts to arrange these components in a specific order. So that's why we use the layouts. Today we will be focusing on the first three. For most projects we will do together here in the channel. So like the ones you will build. So linear and constraint are your go-tos. But if your app needs a table style design means table layout is perfect. So we will save constraint layout for the next video, but let's get hand in the Android section. First one we will try to see about the linear layout. So if you didn't open the Android Studio, so fire up Android Studio. If you have an old project, just open it and let's try to see. So now when Android Studio opens a project, it auto creates a activity underscore main.xml file. So you know about this one. So it will create automatically this activity underscore main.xml file. So click the tab to open the design area. So this is where we will build our apps look. So this is the place. So this is the design area. Here at the top, you'll be able to see the design area and also the code area. So fine. Okay. So let's make this look like a real phone. So if you want to make it look like a real phone means then you can use the show system AI. So right now it is showing the time and all those things. So this is the thing. So whatever the depending on the thing which you are trying to use it. So that is the thing you will use it. So fine. So now by default, if you try to see, so I will delete this entire thing so that I will try to make this one as a thing. So by default, if you try to see here, if you go to our activity main style, this was is a constraint layout. Sorry, if you go to the code, so you will be able to see this one is a by default, it is a constraint layout, right? So this is the thing. Now what I want to do it is, so here I will try to remove this all things. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So by default, this one is a constraint layout. So now in order to switch between the layouts, what you need to do, you need to go to the layout section here. So here you'll be able to see the constraint layout. These are all the things you will be able to see it. Fine, right? So now let's try to do it. So here what I will be trying to do it is, let's go into our what I mean to say, so activity, where is that our activity? Yeah, this is our thing. Yeah, let's try to open it clearly. So this is our constraint layout. Okay, and if you go to our code, you will be able to see this is the Android X constraint layout, something like that. You'll be able to see it. So and we will be deleting the entire total line here, and I will be using the linear layout. That's it. So now if I try to use the linear layout, it will ask you a question that we need to toggle that orientation to horizontal or default. So now we need to add the orientation. So here let's try to type orientation to let's say we'll choose vertical. Okay, this tags components top to bottom, horizontal would go left to right. We'll see that soon. So now you don't need to know the components deeply yet. So we will cover something like text view, buttons and all those things. Now this is the main layout is in vertical view. Now what I will try to do it is, so here I will try to add the text here. Okay, you will be able to see the text view here, it's coming. And what I will be trying to do it is I will try to add some buttons. Okay, so here I will be adding the buttons. So these are the buttons which I would be trying to edit. So this is the text view and this is the buttons. Let's try to remove the system UI. Okay, so this is the text view and this is the button and this is the button. So whatever the things components you are trying to place it here. Okay, so these are coming one by one bottom. So now let's try to change this one from vertical to the horizontal. Let's try to see what will happen. Horizontal. Okay, now if you try to check it here, see, you will be able to see suddenly all the buttons has been disappeared. You can able to see only the text view. So what is happening here? By default, the layout, if you try to check it in the attributes, it is matching the parent. So that means it will take the whole width of the each component will take the whole width of the parent. So instead of that one, what I will be trying to do is, so width I will try to use the wrap parent. Now whatever the content it is having, only that much content only it will be taking care. Now here if I try to add another button, again it will come in horizontally. So why? Because so we have add the linear layout as an where is this one? Horizontal. If you try to add it as an vertical, means then one by one everything will come in a vertical way. So here we have used the wrap parent, right? That's why. If you use the match parent, so then you will be able to see it. Why this one is coming like this? Let's try to. I don't know why the okay. So here it has been. So here I will try to do the wrap content and match parent. Why this one? So let's try to delete it. Yeah. So now here like this it will come. So fine, right? So vertical. So now you need to understand one thing is vertical stack stacks down, horizontal flows across. For our work, let's switch back to the vertical in code view. So that is our linear layout base. Okay, so this is the linear layout. So now if you try to see in our layout width and layout height, match parent and wrap content, so these things are there. So now you have seen about this one, right? So if you try to check it with the match parent width means, so if you try to use it, so this one will come like this. And if you try to check it with the match parent, it will come like this. Wrap content height means match parent means it will take, so similarly previously happened, right? Like this will happen. And if I try to use the wrap content means, then it will come it like this. So these are all different types, so which you can use it. Okay, so now for example, let's say that, so what you can do, so you can also add the nesting linear layout also. For example, let's go to the linear layout and here you can add the like this, so linear layout. So now these all gone away, right? So you can let's try to make this linear layout through the code. So this linear layout is there, right? So here I will try to add the text view here, and this linear layout I will try to make it as an horizontal, and I will try to add these two buttons inside this linear layout. So here I will add it, and this button also I will try to add it. Now you will be able to see in such a way that here this linear layout I will try to use the wrap content. Now here you will be able to see the buttons are in the exact thing. Okay, so this is how so whatever the things you want to do it. So now here you will be able to see you can use the combination of both. So for example, if you are having another button, where is the buttons? Yeah, you can add it to our main thing, and here the button will come, so you can move the text also to the top. Okay, let's try to go to the code. So here I want to move this text view to the top so that you can able to understand it clearly. Yeah, now here if you try to see, so text view button, and also you can add the two buttons at this one. So that's it. So now here like this you can able to do it. So this all is the basic thing. Okay, so this is a basic thing which I want to tell you. So that's all about the linear thing. So how you want to do it and all things, this is all about the linear. Let's try to delete these all the things again. So let's try to see another one, that is nothing but relative layout. So relative layout is something like old school. So we are rarely using it now. It's not even in the main palette. If you try to see in the palette in the layouts, you'll be able to see. You are not able to see any relative layout, but in the legacy you will be able to see this relative layout. Okay, so right now we are not using this all grid layout, list view. So these all things we are not using. Relative layout we are not using it, but some components, some old code and some components may be using it in. So let's try to use it. So here what I will be trying to do it is, so let's go into this one, and I will use the relative layout. I will change it to relative layout. Now if you try to change it to relative layout, this is the relative layout. So what I will be trying to do it is, I will try to add two buttons into this relative layout. Okay, so these are the two buttons. Now when I apply two buttons, those two buttons came one by one on the top of each other. So button 5 is there here only, button 6 is also there here only. So the magic comes, what it will try to do it is, so here if I want to make it as an button A, Where is this one? Let's go to here. Okay, for this button A, what I will be trying to do, so I will try to make it as a center horizontal to true. Okay, now let's see what will happen. So here, so it has moved to the horizontal here, and now this one is here like this only. So what I want to do, I want to make it as a center vertical also true. Okay, let's try to make it as a center vertical also true. So that means it will come as the in the center of the screen. So fine. Now this button is there, right? Let's try to have this button, and this button. Let's try to have this button ID. Okay, fine. So let's try to have this one as button ID of A, and the text I want to show it as a refactor and A. Okay. So now here you will be having like this, and this button 6 also. What I will be trying to do here, I will be having the B. The ID I will try to give it as a B. So it will try to refactor it. Okay, and here also I will try to use the B. That's it. So now we are having the A and B. Now what I will be trying to do, so here you need to understand one thing. So now button B, ID B, it should be relative to this one. So wherever it should be relative to this one. So here you can add in such a way that layout, okay, above or below. So you can use layout above, sorry, layout underscore below. So here, so for which one you need to be IDA. So for that button, it should, every time you are having this button, so this button should be placed under this one. So if you try to go here, immediately this button is under the A button only. So if you want to make this one as center, means what you need to do, you know it, right? Center horizontal true. Okay, always this one will be below the B. If you want to make it to the above the B, means then what I need to do, I need to make it in such a way that, so here I need to make it as layout above. So now it should be, in all the situations it will be above the thing. So here you need to understand one thing. So like this, relative to each other, this one will have. So fine. So now you understood about this one, right? So let's try to go into the another one, that is nothing but table layout. So here we need to understand about the table layout. Let's go to the simple code. So here I want to change it to table layout. That's it. So table layout. So now table layout, when you have added this table layout, if you go here into the layouts, so you can add the table row here. How many table rows you want, you can add it the table. Oh sorry, it should not be inside the table row, it should be outside the table row. Okay, how many table you want it, you can add it. So let's say that I am adding 2 table rows. Okay, and in this one, whatever the buttons you want to add it, you can add the buttons. So here you can add one button here. Okay, another button and another button. So like this, you can go on add into the table rows. Something like you can design the calculator program or something like that, you can able to do it. Let's try to do simple thing I want to show you so that you can able to understand. So like this, the buttons you can able to arrange it. Okay, so now here, so what I want to do, so just I will try to show you. So here you can have one something like 1, okay, 2, and this one I can make it as 3, and this one I can make it as 4, and this one I can make it as 5, and this one I can make it as 6, and this one also 7, and this one also 8, and this one also 9. So these are all the things which you can. So now here see, it's looking like a simple calculator program. So that's what I want to do it. So this is all about the things, and that's it for the layouts. So we will use in our projects linear for stacking, relative for bold, relative positioning. Rarely we will be using it. Table for grids like calculator, something like that. And we will tackle the constant layout next in the, it is the modern powerhouse actually. So I think this has been helped you about the layout structuring. Hope you understood about the concept of layouts things. If you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you.